So we've got Auburn, we got Mississippi State, of course, the Bulldogs. Clearly at this point seem to be the worst team. And, of course, we're talking again about most likely the best division in college football. So not a bad team, but most likely the worst team in the SEC Western Division. I've been impressed with the Auburn defense. I've been impressed with the win over LSU. I know that the Tigers, meaning LSU, were in disarray at the time. And that was the last stand for Les Miles and Cam Cameron, but they win a big game at home. They got Louisiana Monroe and did what you would expect an SEC power or mid-tier power at this point in the game to do to Louisiana Monroe. So we've got Auburn going to Starkville, Mike.
Yeah, I think Auburn's another team that's kind of finding their rhythm. I'm really interested on the fact that Gus Malzahn is turning over play calling duties to Rhett Lashley. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the Auburn offense responds. The Bulldogs have some question marks too. They're in the post-Dak era, and as you see guys like Les Miles leave LSU, and as you start hearing about talk with Charlie Strong at Texas, one of the guys that's going to start getting phone calls is the head coach there, Dan Mullen in Mississippi State. So you gotta wonder how all that outside noise affects that team. They're still trying to get a good answer at quarterback. Two guys there that can stand under center for Mississippi State. And so I think there's a lot of questions around that program. That's a program that is constantly battling for relevancy in the SEC West. They kind of get up there under the Dak Prescott years, and then they desperately want to hang on to second, third, fourth place in the SEC West. But it's so competitive, and now it looks like they're slipping back into the solid 7 position. Auburn's coming in, a lot of talent there. Defense has looked really good. If you look at what Clemson was able to do against Louisville, and then you go back to that first game and look how Auburn's defense really dominated that Clemson offense, you got to think that Auburn's defense is in a really good position. If they can just find a rhythm on offense, if they can settle on a quarterback and get that guy snaps and get his rhythm down with the rest of the offense, I think Auburn has a chance to make some noise, win 8 or 9 games this season, possibly even more. So I think Auburn's going to win this game. I think as the season goes on and the quarterback situation gets settled at Auburn, and whoever it is gets more snaps, probably Sean White, I think you're going to see Auburn get better and better and be a strong contender for a not a New Year's Eve 6 bowl, but probably the Outback Bowl or Tax Slayer Bowl or something like that. I think they'll probably finish the season very strong, and I think they'll handle business with Mississippi State this weekend.
And considering what the Auburn defense was able to do, even though it was about a double-digit loss, I believe 26-10, something in that range against Texas A&M, considering what the Aggies have done against a good Arkansas defense, and then Auburn got basically no help from its offense in the second half of that game and continued to stop the Aggies time after time to at least keep it within 2 scores. I think Gus Malzahn's done a pretty good job. Once he settled the quarterback situation, it took him way too long to do that. It was a game on the Plains on opening night that looked like a lost cause from kickoff, but as it played out, because of his defense, could have been a win for the Auburn Tigers, and obviously that's ancient history at this point, but had they settled the quarterback issue at that point, maybe they pull off a monumental upset.